What are they saying?
And
What are they saying?
right.
Mm?
And thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So right. Thank you. Yeah. We call it mind. Body language. Body language is more. You can't help it. It's unintentional. Yeah. You show that you are angry or sad or happy. Yeah. It's emotion. It's emotion. Yeah. If you are demonstrating what you want, yeah, it's mind. So we use it a lot.
Teacher, on the TV, they show the mind like this. It's mind.
No, you mean sign language for deaf people. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not as civilized.
Similar, but it's not the same. It's not the same.
What is the difference?
Well, sign language is a language. I know it sounds like a stupid thing, but sign language is a very formal, structured language with a grammar and everything. Very simple, but it has a system. Mine is just from the imagination, you know, you just do it. Yeah. All right. Is school necessary to be an educated person? Can you be educated without having gone to school? Is school necessary to be educated?
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
For you to speak your language.
Why? Why is school necessary? Or is school not necessary?
Necessary.
The school is provide all system.
Okay, yes, it provides.
The school nursery, the best station.
Yeah, provides everything.
Yes.
But did you ever meet a person who is very, very clever, very, very educated, but didn't go to school much?
Necessary.
Did you ever meet a person who is very clever, but didn't go to school? No? Okay. So you all agree, you think that school is necessary?
Yes.
Anyone disagree? No, you're not completely sure? Alright, well we'll decide yes then. So school is necessary to be educated. Okay, that's great. Great. Any questions? Well, we'll finish there. We've finished the 2 pages. Right? Okay. We're finished. You come back in time for the end. So, I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, sir.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Teacher.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah.
ตัวนี้เปิดไหมคะสองอัน
ไม่เป็นไรเอาถอดก็ได้น้องเอ้ย
Non-physical, no problem. For the house, you need a physical solution. Yeah? Opposite of a problem. Problem and solution. You need a physical solution. When you have a problem, you've got you have a problem, every problem needs a solution. If you have a physical problem, you need a physical solution.
Teacher, these three situations on the world are physical barriers.
These are physical barriers. Yeah, these are physical barriers. They stop you doing something. They block you. They separate you from other people. But with the museum, it's very simple. You pay, and then there's no barrier. Okay, so that's a physical solution. Okay, so no problem. I'll pay. And then let me make some space. Okay, so we've seen examples of physical barriers. You go to the museum, you find a physical barrier, and you have to pay. And then the train stations, the border between countries, there is a physical barrier. And you have to do something, show your passport, show a ticket, and then you can pass.
You can say checkpoint.
We did, yes, that's right, yeah. Checkpoints. Yeah, yeah. So let's think about non-physical barriers. Non-physical barriers. Non-physical barriers.
They're not allowed. They're not allowed.
They don't allow something. That's right. Well, they have the same characteristics. The verbs will be the same. The verbs will be the same. Yeah. We said that barriers prevent something. Barriers block something. Barriers separate something. So that's true for physical barriers, but it's also true for non-physical barriers.
Some people meeting you cannot allow.
Right.
And parent argument. Their child cannot.
So parents can prevent their children from meeting some friends and some certain people. Yes, yeah, that's right. The parents will try to create a non-physical barrier. They won't create a physical barrier. Stop, stop. Yeah, they'll create a non-physical barrier. Think about non-physical barriers to success. We talked in previous lessons about successful people, didn't we? Successful people. Remember? Talked about people successful in their career, in business, in their family. What could be barriers to success?
No skills.
Skill.
Yeah.
Laziness is number one.
Okay.
No
Yeah.
skill.
Yeah. No skills. Laziness. Laziness.
Wasting time.
Wasting time.
Thoughtfulness. Thoughtless.
Thoughtlessness. Thoughtlessness. Good word.
Don't pay attention to the work.
Yeah, yeah. Not paying attention. Yeah. Yeah.
Like communication. Like communication.
Lack of communication. Yeah, yeah. These are all good examples of barriers to success. So if someone says, I'm just not successful. I don't have success in friendships, in business, in my studies, in my life. Well, maybe you are creating a barrier. Maybe you are making a barrier to success.
We forgot one thing. Education.
Education, yes. Now, that's maybe not the person's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes not education, but they success in life.
Right, yeah. Sometimes people have good education and they're still not a success. Sometimes people have no education and they become a success. But education can be a barrier to success.
Teacher, these are all non-physical barriers.
They are, yes, yeah. There could be physical barriers to success. Can you think of an example of a physical barrier to success?
Physical barriers.
Okay, money could be, we could call that a physical barrier. Yeah? Yeah.
Profession.
But no money in brackets because that's probably, we could probably call that a physical barrier. Any other physical barriers to success?
Profession.
A profession, I wouldn't call that a physical barrier. Not really.
Disabled.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, disability. Person is disabled in some way. They literally they have a physical problem, they have a physical difficulty. They have a disability. It can be a big barrier to success.
Sometimes it could be mental sickness. They have problem. Mental
Yes. Yeah.
Sickness.
Yeah.
mental sickness.
Yeah. Mental problems. The types of sickness. Yeah. Mental sickness. Physical sickness. Yeah. We used another word for barriers. Does anyone remember? We used a similar word, it began with O.
Abstract.
Obstacle. Obstacles.
Obstacles, yeah. Well done. Obstacles. We talked about obstacles to success. The example in here was my successful cousin. If you didn't see it on page 26. Page 26 talked about a man who had faced obstacles in life, barriers to success, page 26. 26. He faced obstacles. Obstacles are very similar to barriers because you can have physical obstacles. You even have physical obstacles in a lot of sports. Can you think of a sport where you have physical obstacles? Can you think of a sport where you have physical obstacles? You could have obstacles as a form of exercise, to jump over things and under things and climbing up things, to stop you getting from the start to the finish. Yeah? You have an obstacle course, physical obstacles. Horse racing. Yeah, horse racing, you jump with the horse over obstacles. Yeah. So you can have physical obstacles, or we have non-physical obstacles. It says, my cousin Daniel is the most successful person I know. However, he has had many obstacles on his road to success. He has had many obstacles on his road to success. Not physical obstacles, and not a physical road. It says his road to success, but it's not a real road, is it? It's not a physical road. So barriers are similar to obstacles. Now, thinking about Lan and Mrs. Lee. Lan and Mrs. Lee, page 33. We were discussing this situation recently. We've been looking at a family problem between Lan and her mother, Mrs. Lee. We can describe this as a problem of barriers. Problem of barriers. What's the problem between Lan and Mrs. Lee? What's the problem between Lan and Mrs. Lee?
Virtual values.
What about them? They have the same cultural values?
Because man is born in US and the Lee is from China.
Yeah. They have different cultural values, don't they? They have different cultural values. One born in China, one born in the US. But they are mother and daughter. Same family, but different cultures. They have different cultural values. This is a barrier.
Atmosphere.
The atmosphere between mother and daughter.
No, it's US atmosphere.
Okay, yes, yeah. Yeah. What about it? So the atmosphere
Of society. Atmosphere of society is different.
Yeah. Not for Lan though, because Lan was born there,
Okay.
but it is for the mother, isn't it? The atmosphere, it's still new to her. Yeah, it's new to her mum. The atmosphere in the US, the values of the US. Yeah. She still has a lot to learn, maybe. She still has a lot to learn. We said that a barrier prevents something, or blocks something, or separates people. This is the barrier between Lan and her mum. They have different cultural values. What does this barrier prevent? What does it prevent between Lan and her mother?
Separate.
Sorry, I can't hear.
She should
I
separate.
think separate.
Separates them. Okay, what does it separate? This barrier separates.
Sometimes religion could be barrier. Sometimes the language is a barrier.
Language can be a barrier.
Not easy to communicate with each other.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Right. So these barriers can prevent communication.
Thinking.
Because they have a family background differently.
Yeah. They don't understand each other, do they? They don't.
Sometimes it's easy to misunderstand.
Yeah. They don't understand each other. They speak the same language, you know, more or less, but they don't understand each other. So we have barriers to understanding, barriers to communication. These barriers do separate. I think it separates people. Yeah, these barriers separate people. Because if you can't communicate, you can't understand, you stop talking. She doesn't understand me, so I won't talk to her. Yeah? So it separates people. Barriers separate people.
Ideas.
Opinions.
Like
It prevents.
the ideas, thinking, language.
Yes. It blocks thinking, blocks ideas. Yeah.
experience. I think it is a experience another person.
Yeah, they have different experiences, don't they? Different experiences of life. Different life experiences. Different life experiences. What barriers would you find if you went to live in a different country? What barriers would you experience if you went to live in a different country?
Number one, language. Number two, culture. Culture shock. Sometimes.
Number three, food.
Right?
Yeah. And the way how to live. The way how to live.
The way of living, yeah.
Social.
Social barriers can be very difficult to make friends. Weather, yeah. Weather can be a barrier to happiness.
And the change. Social and the change.
Social interchange. Interchange?
Interchange the time.
Entertain.
Yes.
I think
Social interaction
Interaction.
can be very difficult. Can you imagine, and most of you here are Thai, can you imagine Thai people living in Norway, in Finland, in Estonia, up here, where they have minus 30 degrees for 2 months of the year, and summer is maybe 21 degrees. Yeah, 21 degrees, so hot. Thai people living in those places. What do you think about that? Do you find it difficult to believe?
And they're still alive.
Oh, I think so. Because if you go to Finland, you can find a Thai restaurant, you know, with Thai people. You can eat Thai food, real Thai food, and watch the snow falling. Also in England. Watch the snow falling and watch people slipping on the snow, breaking their shoulders, and eat real Thai food. So they experience a lot of obstacles, a lot of barriers. In Canada, in the north of Canada, found Thai people covered in snow. Who has lived in a different country? Obviously, you are living in a different country. Have you lived in a different country? Or did you visit for a long time? Have you made any long visits?
In China 1 month.
1 month.
There is snow in northeastern part of China,
Wow.
near North Korea.
Harbin, somewhere like that.
Shenyang.
Mm.
Shenyang. Harbin is
Oh yeah.
lowland.
That's close to where I'm going.
Shenyang.
Yeah.
Near Dalian.
That's
Near
close.
North Korea.
I'm going to Jilin, which is near Chongchun.
I stay there for 1 month. It
Yeah.
snow every day.
Right.
I
Yeah.
like snow.
What month?
1 month.
Which month?
The end of March.
Okay. So the end of winter.
Yeah.
The end of winter.
The end. But it's snow. It's still snow.
Yeah.
I went there in the 2028.
Right.
The end of March.
Yeah.
Beginning of April. but it's snow.
Yeah.
I don't believe. In Thailand very hot.
Yeah.
But there's snow. I
Well,
don't believe.
they have a long winter.
Yes.
A long winter.
But I like snow. I like
Me
very
too.
hot. Yeah.
Me too. I went to work in Belarus. I went in December
December.
of 2012.
Very cold. December.
Very cold and
Yeah.
thick snow.
Yeah.
Snow down to here. So to walk like this. So to get to work, maybe 1 hour. And in May 2013, for the first time, I saw the street.
Oh.
Yeah, for the first time I saw the pavement. Because everything was covered in snow. And in May, the snow finally disappeared. And for the first time, the cars were covered in snow. The cars were all covered in snow. So you think, probably a car. Probably a car. And in May, for the first time since December, for the first time, I said, there's a pavement. There's a dog. There's flowers, trees. Everything new. And the spring and the summer was very beautiful. Very beautiful weather, beautiful colours. But they have a very long winter. Very long winter. The same as northeast China.
Yeah.
Very long winter. What was your longest visit to a different country? How long?
2 months.
2 months. Oh, that's a long time.
Not visit.
Yeah. A long visit to experience different things. Have you had any long visits to a different country? No.
No,
Same,
no visit.
No. Just work. You visit? Yeah. Have you visited?
I long visit in Bangkok.
How many months?
How many years? Many years.
Many years, yeah. A long
My
time.
hometown is I stay in Nakhon Sawan province between Bangkok and Chiang Mai.
Right, yes, yeah. They have a lot of lotus plantations, don't they? Nakhon Sawan, a lot of lotus plantations. Nice place.
Temple.
Yeah, nice temples. Yeah. Okay, so we'll have a break now.
Yes.
So, and afterwards, after the break, we'll look in more details about barriers to living in a new country. So let's have a break.
ไม่ต้องเอาคุยก็ได้นะเอาเป็นผ้าหรือว่าตัวเนี่ยใช่ค่ะร้อนค่ะไม่ออกไปเลย
Bây giờ
ค่ะ เดี๋ยวเพราะว่าพี่นัท